First of all, very happy to be here. I miss you all. I miss the opportunity to meet in real life. However, with prevailing circumstances, it's a great opportunity, and I'm happy to have this opportunity to touch base. I will try to use my time slot here to present a little bit on what Neste is doing in the bioplastics field and the plastics industry, but a brief introduction to Neste for those of you who are not very familiar with the company, also as we are relatively new in the plastics arena. So Neste is a strongly purpose-driven company. Never have I felt such a strong connection between the purpose and the daily activities and business decisions that we make. Creating a healthier place for generations to come is just what we have to do, and I feel we strongly believe in it, all of us, and also beyond the borders of our company. Neste was founded shortly after the end of the World War II, purpose to secure Finland's oil supply, and ever since it's been at the core competence and capability and in the NDA of Neste to work with sustainably sourcing, pre-treating and upgrading, refining, let's say, low-value oils and fats into something that we can use in more high-value and high-quality applications. From early this millennium, we have had a strong focus on renewables, and during last years an increased pace in that focus, so broadening from the first transition within road transportation fuels, now also looking into and addressing the needs of other market areas. So this quest of proposing and providing better, more sustainable solutions to help mitigate the climate issues and so on that road, taking a more holistic perspective, Neste is one of the first partners to the relatively recently launched Renewable Carbon Initiative by Nova Institute, where the focus is threefold, and it's about, let's not drill more for the fossil oils, but let's use what we already have, such as recycling, so from technosphere, but also using the atmosphere, developing ways to capture the carbon, and then the biomass, which we are already relatively developed within. We within Neste continuously look for the feedstocks that we can use in a sustainable and responsible way, and this slide shows the areas we are looking into with different time perspective, already applying the waste oils and fats and the residues, looking also now strong focus on developing waste plastics for chemical recycling of those, and further into lignocellulosic, municipal waste, algae and carbon dioxide for future needs to come. Core focus market areas are still road transportations, making the opportunities to have cleaner fuels on the road, aviation, renewable jet fuel for air transportation, and then on the right side we have the chemicals and polymers, and that's the side that I will deep dive a little bit in, and which I belong to. So Neste, another acronym, RPC, Renewable Polymers and Chemicals, is one of the newer business unit within Neste, and we focus on the sustainable solutions for the polymers and chemicals industry. What is it then that we do? Well, we work and offer a drop-in solution for renewable and sustainable plastics. So this would belong to the upper left quadrant, I think, of the coordinate scheme that Joanna showed us. What do I mean when I say drop in? Well, the drop in is something made so that you as a plastic producer can alter the feedstock used for your plastics while not having to alter the infrastructure around it. You can still trust the quality, the application areas, same as with the conventional materials you would use, but it would still be fully compatible with the production and recycling infrastructures, while also then reducing the dependency on crude oil, contributing to less of the environmental impact. Why do we do it? Well, I don't think I have to remind actually of all these issues we might have with plastics, but we still believe that there is a need, and that there will be need for conventional, flexible, hygienic solutions, plastic applications broadly. We see the demand growing rather than decreasing despite different measures taken. And the question is then how to keep it in a sustainable way. Plastics are still mainly and primarily based on fossil resources, most of them still not reused or recycled, although we see a tremendous increase in the pace now of developing different ways to better work with the plastics we have. So plastic waste is a global challenge, and we have a purpose, and we feel that it's something we need to work on this. These different issues with plastics boil down and translates into different messages and different levels. The public, the consumer, the citizen awareness is strong and stronger. It also gets more media attention, calling for solutions, more responsible solutions. The regulatory pressure and the development on new policies and frameworks, as just heard in the keynote speech. And then it also, of course, boils down to the business, the brand owner's commitment. Companies working with consumer goods and materials need to prove and walk the talk. So there is a strong readiness to act, and I think stronger than ever readiness also to cooperate on this, to get forward and actually really walk the talk, because there are opportunities and solutions to put there. Why we do it, I'm changing the tone a little bit. As mentioned in the brief presentation of Neste, we have already done transition journeys within the fuels field towards renewables. With the capabilities within renewables and from the transition experience, it might not only be a possibility, but also a responsibility to apply it broader, with the changes and shifts going on, turning towards and being part of developing the new markets and the new play fields, is a logic step for Neste, and this is what we now do. So how do we then do it? Well, neither Cofresco nor IKEA is our direct customers. Also, we don't have our own plastic production facilities. So together with partners, together with the experts in each step of the value chain, we need to do this. So our focus with Neste lies within the supply of the highest quality raw materials from sustainably, responsibly sourced and traceable renewables, as well as the developing of the waste plastics for chemical recycling, also feeding into the production of plastics. So with our know-how and capabilities in this field, we want to support the end users, the specifiers of materials, those that needs to use plastics where it matters and that wants to commit to using plastics in a responsible way. And to channel their needs, we need the cooperation within the value chain. So that is how we try to do it. And this is a chart showing some of the partners we already work with publicly. I would say this chart can never be too crowded, because we always invite for more further development. On the closer to Neste part of this chart, you will see Lionel Bassell, with whom we launched or had a release on last summer on the first Bio-PP commercially produced from our feedstock. Also working with Borealis on the Bio-PP, and this is just to say that we are not exclusive to production partners, but want to find the opportunity to channel the feedstock to have the opportunity to use sustainable plastics where it matters. In this slide, you will also see Covestro, which is a partner where we look at beyond the polyolefins. So, for example, polycarbonates being one of the areas we are now looking into turning into renewable. So just to show you that this is just the beginning, we are inviting more partners and friends on the journey towards a circular plastic value chain. The values of Neste are showed on this slide, and I was just thinking that the open or the questions or titles I've mentioned, what we do, why we do it, and how we do it. It's all connected in this one as well. What we do, we care, we have courage, and we cooperate. Why? Why? Because we care, and because we have the courage to do it, and because we want to cooperate. So with these, again, I'm happy to discuss further this topic and catch up with all of you. I cannot see you right now. I hope you can at least see my screen. I'm looking forward to closing the loop and working towards better plastic solution. Thank you.